Hi there, welcome to Tarot Down Under. Welcome back to subscribers and regular viewers. It's good to be back. It's been a little while since I did the last reading, so I'm quite keen to get in and do a reading for this general audience, a general reading for this general audience. So I've kind of just had family things happening and Christmas type vibes going, so that's been consuming a bit of time at the moment. So I feel like I really need to get a reading out for your guys' sake as much as mine. I think just getting into that energy where we can start to feel what's important and look into ourselves and around ourselves, be present and start to, ground ourselves and consider what's important, what's not in our life. The Hangman's come out in reverse, so clearly I haven't been doing this so much at the moment, but perhaps that could be resonating with you guys as well. So the Hangman speaks of taking a new perspective when considering situations and ways of thinking, being, and ways of being. If this reading resonates with you, great. Tune in and take away what you can. If it doesn't, don't force the messages. Take away what you can. And if you enjoy the video, please like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon for notifications. And thanks for tuning in. So the Temperance has come out, which is Sagittarius, which is the card representing Sagittarius. It speaks of temperance, so moderating our behavior and our thoughts and our actions. So maybe taking a step back from what we're used to doing and kind of, in combination, excuse me, with that Hanged Man. I really feel that we need to just be taking time for ourselves and working out what we want and how we want to approach situations and what we expect from situations. Boundaries are always important. Coming up to Christmas, when you're dealing with lots of, different situations in the way of holidays and a disruption to your schedule and dealing with family and friends that, you don't see all the time, and that can be, difficult to come together at times in such a kind of, emotionally charged time of the year. So make sure that, you're moderating your behavior in terms of what you're giving to others and what you're giving to yourself. Don't do too much of either. So don't be kind of too focused on preserving yourself. Be open and be vulnerable to those that are important to you. But on the same note, don't go giving too much to those people. Make sure that it's a moderated and tempered approach to giving. Page of Pentacles is the earth energy with the pentacle, and the page is the youngest or freshest of the court cards. So I guess it's a time of giving and being concerned with those material things to some extent, but do that in a measured way. Don't go giving more than you can, or just be considerate at this time of the year. Don't create situations where certain people are feeling hard done by or left out. Try and be inclusive of everyone around, family, friends, people on the street, community. Not everyone's doing it tough at this time, but not everyone's doing it easy either. So, make sure that there's love spread everywhere at this point in time, and don't be too focused on, where we need to give it. Just generally speaking, try and find a good measured approach to the way you're going about things in your life. Page of Swords, so communication may be coming in for you about get-togethers. This Three of Cups is coming out, which talks of, emotional gatherings and friendships and family and good times. Union. So, I think that's certainly on the cards for a lot of us at this time of the year. Don't be afraid to get involved, but just do so in a way that works for you and those around you. Because it should be a joyous, happy time of the year. It's not always the case, but I guess we get what we put in, so make sure you're putting in the right things at this time of the year. Seven of Cups is coming out, which speaks of options. So options in all regards, I feel. Relationships are obviously something that we all tune into, our emotional, spiritual, and intuitive selves to kind of understand and work out. If there's things that you need to take the blindfold off for example, we've got the eight of Swords coming out, which speaks of being hindered by circumstances or people around us in a way that's not necessary, in the sense that, as you can see, this woman's bound by very light bondage type materials, and it's more of a self-imposed prison. As you can see, she can just walk free, and she can undo herself from this mess if she decides to. And we can see the Mountain, which speaks of challenges, but challenges bring in the opportunity for success. So you can see in the background there's a mountain and the buildings on top of the mountain. So she wants to kind of get to a better, safer place, and out of these murky swamp-like waters where she's stuck, she just needs to break herself free from these current situations. So, get out of your head, or get into your head. On the same note, if you need to reevaluate how you're doing things to improve your situation, do so. The Hanged Man, I feel, is the overall energy at this stage. So, new perspectives, and just consider new ways of doing things. Maybe you need to change up your routine, change the people, places, and things that are really significant in your life, and consider how they could be changed. Because we have the Nine of Swords coming out. Reluctantly, I feel. I think that there is anxieties and worries that you're going through, but they're not necessary. I think that things are overall good for you. So just maintain an optimistic, positive outlook, because this reading is, is as positive as it is negative. It's not, the most positive reading, but it's certainly not the most negative. I think there's a lot of onus on the individual, on yourself at this stage, to improve your situation. So, it is what you make it. Life is what you make of it. So it's up to you to kind of come in. But I do feel that with that calling for you to take action and improve your situation, Judgment's coming in, which is kind of a card, I'd say, where the universe is coming in to sort things out, to balance karma, and to provide results and rewards for good deeds. You've been putting in good work, you've done things, you haven't received the recognition. I can see it's not a very easy place you're at the moment with this reading. So I feel that it's going to get easier. So just hang in there and do what you need to do, and the universe is going to be doing what it needs to do. The Knight of Swords is coming out, which is a really fast energy. So, I can see you're wanting to take action, and you will be. Or someone may be coming in. There may be some kind of collaboration or relationship that you're wanting to get clarity or progress in. The Wheel of Fortune has come out on top of Justice, so that's great. That's really positive. Things are going to start turning. What seems to be in your favor, just make sure you're doing what you need to do for yourself and for others. And like I said, the universe is going to come in and make right on the circumstances that you found yourself in and created. Six of Wands is coming out. It came out in reverse, but I do feel it's just a matter of time once this Wheel of Fortune turns, that it will come around to an upright position, and that's the energy you'll be in. You'll be, I think there's some growth certainly on the cards for you. I think that you've been working on yourself and situations. Tuning into videos like this, if you tune into the right ones with the right frame of mind, it indicates to me that you are on a path of self-discovery, self-evolution and development. So that's to be commended. I feel like we need to kind of move on to another deck at this point, but I'll just see if anything comes out on this last shuffle. And something has. Okay, so we're having a few come out now. Three of Pentacles, so again, collaboration with that Three of Cups. I think there is a lot of balance here. If you're hanging on to some situation or some aspect of your life very tightly for comfort or for a sense of satisfaction, just ease off that, whether it be material things or relationships or your surroundings, your environment. Don't be afraid to let go and move on, whether that be emotionally, spiritually, physically, whether you need to move space or just take a holiday, just change things up a bit. Don't be too stuck in old ways of thinking and old things that have been in your life. Don't be afraid to change and renew, let go of the old and bring in the new. This Four of Pentacles is followed by the Six of Swords, which, as you can see, the rough waters behind the boat and the individual moving into calmer waters, with the burdens that have plagued this person for quite a while, but they're taking what they've learned from the past on into smoother waters, and they're in a really good position to start making the most of the future. So I feel that, and that's on top of the Six of Wands, so I do feel that there's a lot of positivity, a lot of improvements in your situations coming in. Relationships, I feel, are going to be improving. Your own pursuits are going to be having success. I feel like there's a lot of change going on at the moment, I feel, generally speaking, and you're no exception if this is resonating with you. King of Swords has come in reverse. You may have been feeling like, it's hopeless, things aren't going to change, it's all too hard, but give it some time and do that self-work, and you're going to have new beginnings and a newfound sense of self and appreciation of self with others. Relationships are going to kind of improve due to your own self-development and work you've been putting in with relationships and with yourself. So I'm going to move on to the next deck, but I just want to leave these two cards out and kind of quickly look at them before we move on to the next deck of cards, which I'm going to use to inform this reading. Four of Swords is coming out, which does speak of healing. So if you need to take some time for yourself, rest, rejuvenate, don't be afraid to do so, and prepare yourself for a leap of faith. So a new beginning, a new cycle's coming in. Don't be afraid to take a risk. If there is something that you're considering and you're kind of on the verge of doing, just do it. Obviously use that discernment, make sure that things are safe, and analyze and weigh up the risk, but don't be afraid to take risk. Sometimes without risk we're not going to get any reward. So tap into that kind of stronger part of yourself that's willing to take risks, and do it in a measured and considered way. And I mean, it should be a bit of a no-brainer. Do it when you're ready, but certainly consider any risky kind of moves that you're considering in a serious way. Don't give up on dreams or pursuits or think things are too hard and could be better, but you're doubting yourself. Just put that doubt aside and take that leap of faith. Five of Cups here speaks of moving away from situations. Cups speak of emotion, so often something you're attached to emotionally, whether it be a relationship, a place, a thing, a job, a home, a car, or something. Just sometimes change is required, small change even, to instigate movement in the right direction where further change can take place. But just those initial steps need to be taken first. So don't let blockages from little things that need to be changed stop you from getting things moving and moving in a positive direction in a kind of holistic sense for the whole of your life. Knight of Wands, another fast-moving energy, speaks of passion and courage and fiery kind of energy moving forward. So I don't think you're going to be afraid. I think you're going to be doing this. I think it's just going to take some time to prepare yourself and mentally put things that have been in your life on the back burner or move on part from them and take on this new self that I feel needs to be embraced. Wheel of Fortune again. King of Pentacles. I think you're on the verge of having a lot of success personally. I mean, I think that personally, but I think that's what's going to be happening for you personally. The Fool. I think once you take that first leap of faith in this new direction and pursuing this new you and this newfound confidence and understanding of yourself and others, you're going to start having a lot of positive change coming in. Things are really going to start to look different in the best possible way, I feel. Nine of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles. So, followed by the Queen of Cups. I think that once you hit this kind of loving, bold, unbridled kind of aspect of yourself, start running with that, you're going to have a lot of success in the material world. Don't be afraid to look after yourself and what you need and nurture your spirit. Give to others at the same time. Just, let go of that tight grip that we saw earlier with the Four of Pentacles. Don't hold on too tightly to what you have or what is, because that's going to prevent new and better, more abundant and more positive change and ways of life and circumstances to come in. I don't think your past has been, I don't think it's worth hanging on to. Even if it looks good, I think you may be in denial. I think it looks like you've been carrying a lot and you've been going through a lot. The Tower speaks of chaos, change, disruption. So I think this is happening already around you, and you need to make this change and do these things for yourself. Take this new perspective and start taking steps that you might have been, apprehensive to take. Seven of Pentacles, but change is coming. You're going to do it and you're going to have success. There's going to be a new beginning. Seven of Cups, you're going to have options. The world's going to start to open up. Doors are going to open up left, right, and center. I just think you need a bit of encouragement and reassurance when it comes to taking on new, unclear beginnings. But that's the way we grow. That's the great way we learn. We can't be sure about every step we take in life. Sometimes we just have to take the step and work out where we are and what it means and where we go from here, and realize that once we start taking steps in the right direction, that's when our life can really start to give us what we need. Get us to our happy place, right? To have those successes that we dream about, accomplishing personal goals, dreams that we have for ourselves and for others and for the world around us. Three of Swords is coming out. There's been a heartbreak that this suggests. So whether there's been some tragedy in your life, I feel like potentially you've lost someone that's really important to you. And if so, I'm sorry. I think that we can learn a lot from loss. A lot about ourselves, and realize that we have so much to offer, and when we lose something, it's just an indication of that where we have in our lives personally something that's of value inside of us, you know, and when we lose things, I think we should take a moment to kind of consider what we've lost has lost. So whether it be a loved one, you know, they've lost you, but it's in a spiritual sense, you know, you can be closer and more attached to someone when they've moved on. You know, that spirit and that energy will stay with you, and it can be stronger, it can be more meaningful when someone's physically passed out of our world. And if it's a heartbreak, same kind of situation, you know, those people still stay with us, but in a different way. And they enable us to grow, hopefully grow and open. You know, and if there's any negativity in the relationship, then we move past that, and we can look at ourselves and realize why were we in that situation, you know, because we've attracted that and we've allowed that into our lives for a reason. And, you know, we shouldn't accept things that aren't healthy or good for us. And nor should others. And, you know, if that's happening, we need to consider why. But moving on past this, because I feel like I'm getting a bit stuck in this, and I'm happy to speak to anyone if you would like to reach out and get a personal reading or just some advice or just have a chat. You know, I have an email listed in the channel there, and please use that or make a comment in the video at the bottom of the video. Seven of Swords is coming out. It speaks of trickery and deception or strategy. So whether you've had to be a bit kind of, you know, that more sinister version of yourself recently or been dealing with that, I think that's going to be put aside for the world, which is, you know, getting towards the end of the major arcanas. You know, cycles ended and now it's time for new. So any heavy, difficult situations and energies you've been dealing with are a thing of the past, whether it feels that way or not. It's very close to being the end if you haven't kind of come to terms with and seen it that way. So I'm going to move on to the final deck here. I don't think there's anything more coming out of this tarot deck, energy-wise or information-wise. Two of Cups did come out though. The Two of Cups speaks of new beginnings with another individual or group of individuals, usually two, representing two individuals. So, you know, if you've been feeling like lonely and from a loss, then don't be surprised if something new comes in for you very shortly. Page of Wands. So we've had the what have we had? We've certainly had the Knight of Wands. We've had the Page of Swords, sorry. We've had the Page of Swords, we've had the Page of Pentacles, and now we have the Page of Wands. So a lot of new energy and ideas coming in, and you know, that's so inspirational. All that kind of new and innovative and exciting and just the start of journeys, you know, in a really kind of positive and fresh way. There's a lot of good energy in this reading that's coming through. There has been difficult times, but a lot of good and positive energy coming out also. The Fool, again, you know, that leap of faith. You're going to be taking that leap of faith, and then you're going to realize how good this is, you know, how good this new beginning is, and it's going to encourage you to take more action when it comes to situations and how you approach situations, how you deal with them. Ace of Pentacles, you know, new beginnings in the material world, you know, whether it be a new job or new home or new car or new clothes, a new way of being, a new persona, a better persona, you know, leaving that devil energy behind, you know, that shadow side, that darker side of ourselves, you know, having that in control and going, you know, that's not going to control my life. That's not going to influence my life. That's not going to have any kind of dramatic impacts on my life, you know. I think we have to realize that we can take action and be whoever we want to be. chaos. So the tower, you know, dealing with that shadow self is not easy. It's not easy for the shadow self. It's not easy for the others, for yourself, generally speaking. But, you know, it's going to bring in great new things. A happier version of yourself, a better version of yourself, a healthier version of yourself, and make way for a positive life, unencumbered by negative and poor behavior, or, you know, just things that don't serve us. You know, we serve them, they don't serve us, and that's not how it should be. So eight of wands is coming out, very fast energy, and the world again. So this old cycle has come to an end. Take that hanged man, the hanged one. You know, take that new perspective on whatever it is you need to take that new perspective on in your life. Relationship, friends, you know, communities where you live, people, places, things. And there's a lot of positivity coming in. You know, you're in control of your destiny and your life. And I'm here just a messenger to remind you of that. So I'll leave you with that. Thank you for tuning in. Please like the video, subscribe, hit the notifications button if you haven't already. And I look forward to providing another reading. And if anyone needs further connection, just leave a message, make a comment on the video, or please find my email and get in contact. Thank you, and I look forward to tapping in the future. Thanks and goodbye.